Hello, guys. Yes, today it's April 23rd, and I'm very happy to say that it's been 100 days since I've been juicing. And yes, so I started on January 14th, was my last meal. And at that time, I did 100 meal experiment. So in roughly 2.5 months, I ate around, like you could say, 100 cooked meals, which now I've been checking out how long does it take to cleanse out of my system. Since I'm fruitarian already for last 3 years and raw vegan for last 4 years, and was the only time in this like last 4 years since I had anything cooked. That was basically the end of 2023, like November, December, and until 14th of January. I was having some cooked meals. I was going through some rough time in my life, and was feeling a bit, down in my life, and it was to do something with like some emotional stuff, and did not have to do with the food itself, but I used food to escape the emotions, so to speak. Right now it seems funny, but trust me, it was quite a rough experience that I went through. At the same time, I was smoking, and I went through a breakup basically, which like I stopped smoking I was not smoking for a full year before, when I was still in a relationship, and then when the breakup happened, I felt very down, and was felt lots of grief, so to speak. And lungs are connected with grief, so that's what people do. Like when they have lots of grief, they usually smoke, and that's how they suppress that grief rather than going through it, experiencing it, and releasing it. So and now I'm doing great. Like now it's like it's been 100 days since I've been juicing, and I've been clearing out these cooked meals, and I've been clearing out that smoke from the byproducts of smoke, so to speak, from the time when I was smoking. For that a bit more than a year I was smoking. So I wanted to talk about the changes that I experienced in this 100 days, and I'll share you also pictures with you on the screen. And first of all, I want to say that yes, I lost some weight, and that has to do because like I gained quite a bit of weight during this cooked meal experiment. You might ask what I was eating. Right, so I was eating only vegan food. I was, of course, not eating any animal products. I'm vegan since 7 years. Now there's also, you can check out another video that I made, the previous video about me being vegan for 7 years. And I was eating basically Indian food, South Indian food primarily. So which includes idli, which is like basically rice dish, with chutney and curry. I would be eating dosa, I would be eating rice, I would be eating roti, which is the bread, wheat bread as well, and would be eating lots of vegetables. Vegetables like would be big part of the meals, and yes, and so I would eat mostly one meal in a day that would be cooked, and before that I would have lots of juices, right? Like so I would be drinking maybe 3 liters of juice, because I can tell you one thing, that when you go on a fruit path or raw food path, and then you also eliminate the salt from the diet and everything else, you really start valuing hydration. Hydration becomes one of the most important parts of your nutrition, and you can really feel when the hydration goes down. So what happened for me as well, that I was eating these cooked meals, which were with salt as well, and I would feel very dry by the day. When you eat them it's fine, but then like in few hours or so after the meals you start feeling this huge thirst. So right now I'm not even really drinking water. I'm drinking just juice primarily, and then I think I drank maybe like 3 liters of water in the last 100 days, which is it would seem crazy for people, but then when you drink 5 to 7 liters of juice every day, like now I don't drink 7 liters, but like before I would drink even 7-8 liters of juice every day, you really like the water doesn't really do the trick, so to speak. So so I was eating also like some junk foods as well. Like during this time I would eat what you call, it's called gobi manchurian, which is basically cauliflower that is fried. It's basically like, it's the dough, it's put in batter and then fried, which is like, it's not a healthy food. Also, they use monosodium glutamate, which is the MSG, so to speak, where it enhances the flavors. So all of that food was getting stuck inside my system. So by January 14th, I already decided, like, I don't want to be not dealing with the emotions anymore, and I decided I'll do juice cleanse and like I'll process everything much easier, much quicker. So I can tell you that for the first 3 weeks, I was not feeling very well. Like, I would say I was feeling good, I was feeling much better, but at the same time, the initial cleansing from the meals that I was eating, like, it was taking lots of energy. And it even happens right now, that sometimes these waves come, that where there is more deeper cleansing that is happening, which takes energy away. So what was happening is that so the first 3 weeks were like a bit more rough, but then after the 3 weeks, the energy started raising higher, and I started doing more things, and was able to keep my energy higher. But also at the same time, like, what happened that I started doing, which around, it's 10 weeks back, which is around 70 days back, I started doing dry fasting, weekly dry fast every Sunday. And I can tell you that, like, it's been, out of this 100 days, I have done 26 and a half days of dry fasting, cumulatively. So I did 7.5 days, the longest one, which was just a month back. And then I did also lots of like 2.5 days, 1.5 days fasting as well. So cumulatively, it's 26.5 days of dry fasting. So it's quite crazy. It's basically 26.5%, or 1/4 of the entire time that I was not eating, not drinking, and just you could say I was resting most of the time. And I can tell you that it's very, very powerful experience. Nothing comes close. Even juicing itself, it's not fasting, it's cleansing. I never say it fasting, because juice cleansing is the correct term, because I can keep on going on juices. It's not, I'm not going on my own reserves. I get all of the nutrition from the juices. Even though for you it might seem, you're not getting fiber or something like that, but I can tell that it's not. People did more than a year. There are people who are liquidarians who do not have solid meals as well, and I have done like many juice cleanses as well, which I feel only better as I keep on going. And of course, the only thing is that, if your body and system is not to certain cleanliness, then you will have certain reactions. You will have cleansing reactions, which will take energy, will drain you out. So when I did it the first time, I lost much more weight. This time I lost also some weight, but not as much. And my body is getting more aligned. As you can see in the pictures, I look much older, like at least in my eyes, and from people who I show these pictures to, that I look much older. My face is much more puffier. My body is much more misaligned as well. So before I wanted to go to chiropractor and to work on my alignment, to push my bones back into the place where they need to be. But one thing is clear, is that when there is things in your body that are not supposed to be there, they will push your body from inside into different positions, which will get you out of the alignment. So it's very important that we keep ourselves clean from inside, and we do not do the practices that could be causing this misalignment. You can see it's also on my chest is also much more my hands and in alignment with my chest, they are quite misaligned. My hands go a bit backwards and my chest goes forward, and this is, I believe, because I was smoking. And all of that, pressure coming on the lungs, it causes us to go out of the alignment as well. Also on my back as well, as you can see, it is my back is also seems to be getting much better position. I've been also now meditating daily as well, and sitting in with my back straight in the lotus position for like sometimes few hours in a day as well, which I could not do before. And also another thing is that my knees as well were also hurting a lot in the very beginning, especially of the cleanse. I had lots of pain in my legs and my knees, and it, for some people it might be very discouraging, like, oh, why do I need to cleanse? Why do we cleansing if it can cause me discomfort? Well, the reason why that discomfort is there in the first place is not going away without you doing nothing about it, and if you keep on doing things in the direction that is not in alignment with your health, you only keep on accumulating. So there is a saying, if you do not eliminate, you accumulate. So the reason why you're doing cleansing like this, for example, or fasting, is that you are not ingesting anything. You're not putting not anything, like you're not ingesting anything to digest. You're not ingesting anything to eliminate, except of course the water that is coming there, and it could be small amount of fiber in the juice, but you can strain that as well. So what is happening that you can use all of that energy that otherwise you would use for digestion, for elimination, and you can use all of that extra water that is coming in for rehydration, which is the reason why we are also getting a lot of accumulation, is because the food that people eat mostly, it is very dry and dehydrated. So unless you eating only raw food, which is in nature, you can see that raw food, unless it's dried up in the sun, it will be full of water. So everything that is alive, all the trees, all the plants, all the fruits, all the animals as well, and everything has lots of water in them, and we also should be full of water, but mostly we are chronically dehydrated. So that's why I also would not recommend for you to jump into dry fasting just yet, and you need to rehydrate yourself quite a bit before you can do practices like that. That's the way I would recommend doing things. But of course, the improving on your diet is number one thing, right? So when you already been eating really well for a long time, then doing cleanse like that, it can be very, very powerful experience, and it will show you your weak points as well. So right now, yes, I do exercise, I do weekly fasting, I work on my business as well. I am very active as well. So there is lots of energy. And yes, in terms of weight, I lost around, I was around 68 kilos in the beginning. And my weight dropped to 57 kilos. My constant weight when I'm having juices daily in the morning time, when I'm already fasted for 12 hours or more, it is around 57 kilos, right? And sometimes there are some more eliminations that happen, so the weight sometimes drops a little bit, but then also maintains around in the same area. And the most amount of weight I lost was during the dry fast. Just in 1 week, I lost. I went from 63 kilos to the lowest weight was 54 kilos, I believe. But then, of course, it went back up to 57. So. As you can see, the biggest, we could say 6 kilos were lost just in that dry fast, and that is mostly also lots of waste, So it's not that you're losing muscle that much, muscle is also something that you rebuild and you can gain back. It's not it's not like some unique stuff that is once gone, it's gone. No. So yeah, and I have lots of strength as well. I can do push-ups, I can do pull-ups, I can do I can lift heavy weights. I can easily carry more than I can carry 40 kilos on my shoulders. No, that is not an issue. And yes, it's about being active. That's what is important. If you're very, very sedentary and you're not moving around, you will not have much muscle anyways. So for the most part, I can tell that most people do not really have much muscle. They have lots of waste sitting around their muscle, inside their muscle cells as well, and also they have lots of fat, which adds the bulk, but then doesn't really show the full picture, right? So yes, so that's mostly about it. If you have any questions and doubts and you would like me to talk about something specific, like please let me know in the comments below. And yeah, subscribe, like, share, and if it's useful, let me know. Like I'm really would like to know more about what do you think about the videos, how can I improve them, and what can I do better about them. It's just the beginning of it, and it's only, everything is evolving. So yes, love you guys, and have a beautiful day.